Scarcasm. I am one of your hosts this evening. I'm Larry, aka Blue Man Rule, and again joined as usual by my main damies on my right and my left. No, Chase, aka Crucial Chase,
I am here.
and my dude Mike, aka Scarfinger.
He is here, barely.
He is here, period. And we are back again in your ears and in front of your eyeballs. This week, I wanted to bring something that I saw it on the internet. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. They call her the Godmother. Is the Godmother of drumming, and she out here. She got these hands beat. She out here drumming, and she's playing a song from Disturbed called "Down with the Sickness." So I want you guys to check this out. I enjoyed it. It was something that made my day a little better. Hopefully, it does the same for you too. All right, Chase, let's fire it up.
Well, hold on, wait. Before you do that, her name is Dorothea Taylor, and she's done the first time I saw her, like especially in people in circles where I have people who drum. She got the hands, and she's very good with her rudiments and things of that nature. And it's just like, you look at someone and you kind of judge them by their age, and it's just like, no, I got these hands, bro. And they work, but let's get it.
Can you feel that?
I 100% do that when I'm driving.
What? Pianos and violins.
I've bruised my finger before. Like been here, where you pop a blood vessel. It's not fun.
Hi, I'm here to play on the worship team.
The organ's in the back.
Listen to the organs, son. I love this video. It's funny.
Oh, sorry, are we being too loud?
No, I'm here for the audition for drums.
Oh.
Hey, light work. You make it look easy, man.
With some white Nikes.
Most of the time I play with no shoes.
Really?
I need some like really light shoes like those.
The honeycomb bottoms, honeycomb toes. Yeah. Guess you're feeling it now. See that lift in the shoulders? Did you notice how her foot pedals have levers?
She has a double kick drum.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has a double kick drum. Yeah.
It's just a double kick.
You mentioned this a lot when we're talking about like something to do with like metal and stuff. But double kicks are very common in metal.
Very, extremely common in metal.
Like
And what
actually,
they
it's
do-
less common to see someone with a single kick.
Yes.
Really?
And like because most people don't get that fast hit like Larnell Lewis can do with one pedal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But most people use two, and even when we did the dude with the fast hands, he also had a double kick. And then a lot of times, what you do when you have a double kick, you turn down the nut. I know you turn down the nut on your hi-hat, so you keep your hi-hats basically closed.
Okay.
Some people can go back and forth. Some people can go back and forth.
The drummers that I've had in the bands that I played in have closed their hi-hats.
Yeah, but
because you have more application for a closed hi-hat than you have open, so and a hi hat is not really used in metal as much as your chinas and crashes and stuff and rides.
Exactly.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
the only person that really uses open hi hats in most, I mean, metal music that most people know is Lars. Lars is the only person that really uses open hi hats, and like, why would you do that? Why would you want to be like Lars? So mean.
Hashtag all these flavors, yet you choose.
Man, the drumming community, we know about Lars. There is a whole video. It's like 15 minutes of Lars fails. So, like, we're not gonna pretend like we don't all know this. But all right, go ahead, do your thing.
Man, she's making life work in this note, man.
But to be fair, she's playing this pretty straight.
She is.
She's playing it pretty straight. She's not.
Yeah.
She's not going anywhere near the way that the person who actually performed this song was.
I've never seen a 6-head setup.
Technically, that's only one more than most people's normal setup.
Okay.
Most people have.
I mean, Go ahead.
Well, yeah, because it's hard to hear us over the music.
Right.
Most people, when you have like is a bass. Most people's basic setup is your snare, your two high toms, and a floor tom.
Right.
Then like all she did was add another high tom and a separate floor tom.
Yeah, but that's a lot though if you really think about it, because like
it's
like you said two high toms, one floor tom, but then some things are three high toms, one floor tom. Having two floor toms is kind of abnormal.
I think it depends on what you're playing, because that second floor tom can also help you when it comes to something that has a lot of bass drum pedal, like Hot for Teacher, like the intro to Hot for Teacher. A lot of that is that second floor tom.
Mm-hmm.
And like, most people think that he's just really going in on the bass pedal. No, it's that other floor tom that he's really doing all of that with. So this is a setup that I've seen, and look, I should show, like, when I was actually
I didn't say it that it didn't happen. I'm just saying that like having two floor toms is not in the norm. You know what I mean? Most people have one floor tom.
I've seen it more often than not on things that are not like metal, but like jazz kits and things of that nature. Definitely has way more of these.
Well, this song is tom heavy. Like the thing that makes this song unique, well, not really unique, but like that stand out, I guess, is the bum 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 bum. Yeah. So but this is fairly a simple song. You know what I mean? Like
it is. Yes, and she's playing it. She's simplified the song. She simplified the drum part.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. Because I mean, it's pretty straightforward, man. It's pretty straightforward. So, okay. You can see in her face she's counting, right? You can see she's counting. Right on, though.
Isn't such a weird part in that song anyway?
Yes, it is. And he's like going really the fuck off. His mom, it sounds like.
Yeah.
She is going back and forth.
This is okay. Yeah, I thought I left it new.
I love a China cymbal, man.
Hey everyone.
Hers don't have holes in it.
Yeah, well, they don't normally have to, but like, I actually like a smaller China, to where the trashier and just like really, like, I don't know, but that's the hardcore kid in me too. But the like,
and I wonder how you're gonna react when your son is listening to and playing this music, man. That's what's gonna be interesting. So, yeah. So I enjoyed this. What she goes on to talk about a little later on in the video is because that's all the music and stuff. But she goes on to talk about how a lot of these events like happen to her in real life, like a lot of these things. So people like, hey, I'm sorry, piano, organ, is this too loud for you and stuff? She's like, no, man. So she just wants people to go out here and not have any preconceptions about people just because of how they look, man. Because she can get out here and play.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I get it. Like people, if you haven't heard live music, or been in a room where there's a band practice going on, how loud drums are. That's the reason amplification exists, is to get louder than drums.
Right, to provide balance to the other instruments in the room, whether they're vocal or not. Right, so they're there to provide.
When I got drum lessons, my drum teacher, he had his setup in basically a converted garage.
That's
and yeah, it's a converted garage. But let me tell you how small that area is, because it was a converted 1-car garage. Like, it's just like you don't understand how loud a snare drum is till you hit that bitch yourself and you right there. And I played a little bit on his marching snare, and his marching snare was so loud because Kevlar heads and all of that kind of stuff, and it's tuned higher than some places. But like, holy shit, it is so loud.
Yeah, you'll be on guitar, man, and being like, "Oh man, this is a little too loud." And then once the drums start playing, like, "Oh, well, let me turn this thing up." You got to start turning up, and like,
right,
it's loud.
There's a story about the Nirvana's Unplugged, where they were trying to they were doing a rehearsal, and no matter what he did, they could not get the drums low enough for Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain just kept saying that the drums were too loud, so they had to basically get like a bundle of like the long coffee stirrers, tied them together so he could use those as drumsticks. So when next time you watch Nirvana's Unplugged, he is using like a bundle tied together of like coffee stirrers, because that was the only thing that could make the sound low enough for Kurt Cobain to function.
Wow. Yeah, man. I've sang in choir since, man, at least in church, in churches that I attended as an adult, since like 02 or late 02, early 03. And yeah, man, drums are loud, B. And I've had to sing right in front of them. They are, man.
I had to switch sticks. I had to switch sticks for my training, like, because I was using for drummers will know this, I was using a 5A nylon tip, and the 5As are relatively heavier than like a 7A. So I had to switch to a 7 because the heaviness of that 5A make me want to hit it, like it made me hit it harder, and it's just too loud. I almost had to put on headphones.
Dang.
Like, it's
tough,
like,
man.
like say it like and you like and then you can imagine like there's people who actually play and they play with those shields
The
in front of
shields,
them
yep.
and shit
That's what
like
they wear at
that.
my church. Yeah, they play
It's
with
like,
shields.
and it's like, yeah, you're protected from the shield, but the drummer is not.
Nope.
Like, the drummer is in there with all of the sound that's going at that shield and coming back at him. So him or her, sorry, him or her.
Right.
Yeah, I've like I heard someone talking about. I think it might have been on. I don't want to like blast anybody out because I don't know what podcast it was on and it'd be wrong, but someone was talking about tinnitus, and then they were like, "Oh, tinnitus is this and this." I was like, I thought that was normal. So I was like, I have that. So I think that's from playing live shows with no protection and all that stuff. So
Absolutely, you definitely need in-ear monitors, and you can see
Yeah.
that she had hers. She had
Yeah.
in-ear monitors in, and like most of the people when they're on Drumeo, that's how they're listening to the track with the in-ear monitors. Like you got to
They
have
did
some
mark-
sort of you got to have some sort of ear protection because
Yeah.
you can really mess yourself up.
They had Indian monitors, and they also had a metronome over there, and they could control the track from back there. So yeah,
Yeah.
they did all of that, man. So,
but it is true. It is true that like when you're on stage, if you don't have monitors that are facing towards you, like the monitors on stage, you cannot hear yourself.
nope, not at all. Take it from a vocalist who needs to hear themselves to find their pitch, bruh. Like, listen, yeah, when you don't have a monitor, it is extremely tough to stay where you need to be. Even if you rehearsed, it's tough. It's definitely hard. So, y'all got anything else, man?
I was just gonna say, as a monitor
Except for
thing,
me,
like,
you know, I can talk drums all day.
yeah.
So,
I know you can.
I just want to say
one
one more thing about monitors is like we
Yeah.
actually did the thing where my monitor was my other guitarist, and his monitor was me.
Yeah.
So we would hear each other instead of hearing ourselves, and that worked out really well.
Exactly, but then you could kind of control what comes through. You can isolate it to him, and he could isolate it to you, right? And try to keep things kind of level, right? Kind of push back some of that other sound that might be intrusive. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. So hey, I hope y'all like this. Down with the Sickness by Disturbed, the Godmother of Drumming. And yeah, hit us up. Let us know what you thought down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, do the things. Like as my man Scar says, tell your mama them, tell your cousin them, tell everybody. Come check us out, man. Hopefully you like what you saw. You'll subscribe and be ready for the next videos of where air when every Wednesday and Friday. Is that it, Chase?
Yeah.
I hope I got
Every
it.
Wednesday
Yeah.
and Friday, don't go to hell. Ring the bell.
There it is. Don't go to hell reading the bell. All right. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. We'll be back in your ears in front of your eyeballs soon. Peace out to them Warriors.